Hey y'all, welcome back. Yes, that's the sound of sleigh bells. So we are crafting for Christmas. So first we have a $5 item from the Dollar Tree Plus area. And it actually comes with two of these stretch canvases. I'm just going to use one for today's craft. And I'll get it out of here and get started with it. So you can see it's pretty good size. And I could not find these again after I tried, but you know how things are at Dollar Tree, they might come and go. So I'm going to start with my staple puller here first, and I will attempt to pull them, but because I'm going to do a reverse canvas, so I ended up just cutting this though instead, and using my craft knife or my X-Acto knife, and I didn't use my Cricut True Control knife because I kind of wanted to conserve the blade on that. I looked and I couldn't get refills for it right now on Cricut's website, so I'm going to take it easy and use the one that I know I can get refills for right now. And so I'm just cutting this away, and you'll see what I'm left with. So I'm going to remove it completely. And there, so the one side of course is very white and stark and ready for painting, but the other side is more of a canvasy kind of drop cloth appearance. So there's the frame, and it's not a bad looking frame there, and I wrote down what measurements I could have for the inside. So it's 14.5 by 8.5 on the inside of that. So like I said, it's really good size. But what I'm going to do here is use the antique wax, and I'm just going to stain this with that. And I really like how antique wax looks on a lot of the little lesser woods. It seems to really do good, whereas a stain might not do so good and take in, so I use that a lot. So then I did make a cut on the Cricut here, and as you can see I'm weeding it. It is the heat transfer vinyl, so I'm going to go through and weed all that out. And this file was one that someone had created, and this is a gift, so I'm not selling this or anything like that on this. But I changed it a little bit because anytime I would bring it into Design Space, it had a problem. It would not work right. The exclamation would want to move, and I had to fix that. And on this particular one, I didn't realize that it had moved again until it had cut into another object. So here I am just sizing it up, making sure I get it in the middle. That's my big thing, is I want to get it in the middle. And I'm heating up that heat press there as the directions state for the Cricut heat guide. So just preheat it a little bit. Excuse me. So that's what I'm doing. And just going to get it ready to take this. And I did press this fabric. I end up pressing it a little bit more all the way around just to make sure that it is good for attaching. So just getting this ready here. And I started crafting obviously a bit ago for Christmas, but I'm just sharing the videos now. So I've been under the weather, so trying to do a voiceover has been tricky. And even when I was crafting, I could craft, but I couldn't really talk much. I'd run out of air. So anyway, just trying to do the best I can with that to keep everything rolling. So I'm using some of the Cricut heat transfer tape, as you can see, or the heat tape. As you can see, it didn't want to hold exactly, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right on that. And just start pressing it. And of course, since it's bigger than my heat press, I'm going to have to go about doing that in sections, so I did. And then here's the infamous exclamation that kept moving and getting in the middle of print. And ended up placing it there. I could not remember originally if the person had it at the end or if it was at that area, so I went with that. And I really like how it looks in the end. I have used this file, but I've changed it. Like I said, I think I used it last year too and changed it. And just gonna get this pressed on. and that little S had a little wrinkle in it, so I fixed that real quick, and I'm just pressing that on. So I wanted to make sure everything, you know how I always take that cover sheet off, or that backer, after we have pressed, and then I'll go back in with some parchment paper. So I was just doing that. And then I'll go about getting this attached. So I'm going to have to cut down where that was wrapped around that canvas before. Just going to mark it so I can cut it down. And I wanted a really smooth cut if I could get it. So I mark it enough to where I can line up with a straight edge and my small cutting mat, so I could use the rotary cutter there, and it just zips right through that, so it makes it super easy. And I'm just going to do both ends, and then I'll cut the sides. And I end up doing a little bit more trimming because I think I might get it just a little bit off when I attach it, but I heat up the glue gun there, and I'm just trying it on for size, and I really enjoy how this looks. So it's the first time I've done this in heat transfer vinyl, and it looks really good, and I like it. So I will get just a little bit of glue on there first, and then I'm actually going to take my staple gun and attach it the rest of the way. That makes my camera jump a lot, so I end up pulling it off and laying it on a rug in my floor here, so that, and there I was trying to use the glue gun before it actually had heated up properly. So if you're ever not sticking immediately, it might be because you're rushing it. And I was, of course, because I wanted to get this done. I wanted to see how it turned out at the end, and just attaching that there. So, and then as I was showing, I'm going to use the staple gun. I use a little bit of glue here and there to kind of hold it in place and hold it taut while I'm getting those staples in there the rest of the way. And I do put a hanger on the back of this at the end, and I've already gifted this, so I'm really happy. I think the recipient enjoyed it, so I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I hope that they enjoy. And here I just did a quick little cut again at the edge where it was trying to peek out there. I wanted to clean it up. So as you can see, the final product here, I really like this song, so it's beautiful, and hopefully the artwork does it justice. So, and then we have one more craft here with a scrap piece of wood, and I'm just showing you the measurements there. And you can see it's a 2x6, but as you can see, it's not anymore. And so I'm going to use the Waverly paint and ink, and I did that twice because I wasn't sure what I was showing was going to show up, because I thought at first this clip was not supposed to be in, and I left it by accident. So I'm using the Waverly ink and just a piece of the car wash sponge, as you see. And I was attempting to use the Hello Hobby, but I think it's at the end of its useful life. So we're going to go with the Waverly and just give it one good coat. And that's one amazing thing about Waverly chalk paint, is that it does so well to coat and cover. And so I made another cut on my Cricut, and what I did with this is I just sized it an appropriate size for my blank, rather than cutting the blank or anything. It's just a scrap piece of wood that we had, and you can turn something like that into something beautiful. It's just a cut off, and here I am. I had already weeded this, and this also will be a gift. So I'm using some of the Dollar Tree transfer tape. I didn't want to pull my paint up at all, and so I just transferred that, and we get it lined up like I want. And as you see, it says, "For unto us a child is born," and has a nativity scene there. And I'll give it a quick coat of Mod Podge, and I do coat all of it with Mod Podge, and just to seal it down. So, and I'm using the same brush I've been using for a while with my Mod Podge. I just keep it in the Ziploc, and it seems to do okay for the most part. And I'm sure I'll have to replace it sometime, but there's the finished product, and I do love that white against the black. It just looks so good, and all about the true meaning of Christmas. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing and coming back for another video. I hope that you have a great day and a wonderful season going into the holidays, and a Merry Christmas.